Okay, young fella.
Yes, sir.
Give me your name, please.
James Eugene Waters.
Mr. Waters, this is a follow-up video. We done an interview with you here a few months ago.
Yes, sir.
James, could you tell me where you grew up?
Gaston County, North Belmont, Taba Heights, right here in Gastonia, Iron Station.
Your mom and dad still alive?
Nope.
Got brothers and sisters?
Yep.
You live here in Gaston County?
No. All of them deceased except for 2.
James, was you loved as a child?
Yep.
Are you married?
Nope. Never been married.
Got kids?
Nope. Any children.
Tell me your favorite childhood memory.
Reunions, holidays at my mom and papa's.
Tell me about that.
They were real. It's a lot of love, a lot of good food. And they were real Christians. Lived that way. Tried to help a lot of people. Did help a lot of people. Always was there for me growing up. Always prayed. Always meant it. It wasn't easy. It was, poor like everybody else, hard workers, but no regrets. That's the best memory, probably all of them in one with my family members. Certain ones, not all of my family members, but certain ones.
James, are you dealing with addiction?
Yes, sometimes, not all the time. I'm not a junkie, not out there like that, but I do what I do. I get by.
How long have you been out here in the street?
Been a while,
Couple months, couple years.
probably a couple years now.
What's your drug of choice?
Alcohol, marijuana. Used to be benzos off there for little spurts as a teenager in the early 20s. Cocaine a few times. I mean, I've done everything, but the main thing I do is drink marijuana.
When were you first introduced to drugs?
And what? No, no, I'm just kidding. No, I grew up around a little bit of drugs, but it wasn't no like I had bad influences. It wasn't all bad influences either.
Just typical teenager.
That other people would judge, yeah, typical teenager. Yeah. Before I was a teenager.
Who introduced you to it?
Me.
Just friends?
No, just me, being young, running around.
How do you support your habit today?
I don't have a habit to support with that. That's what I was telling. That's what I was saying. I'm not battling with addiction. Matter of fact, my wallet just got stolen again. The ID got going as soon as I got out of jail this last time, April the 5th. But no, I don't struggle with addiction. I'm like everybody else out here. Different reasons. If I knew the reasons, I wouldn't still be here.
Have you ever dealt with anybody out here overdosing?
Yeah, several times. That's where it goes when you live that life. It ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing that's gonna ever be old. That goes. And you choose that when that really is truly your main focus. You don't have to be rich or spend a lot of money to die, And that's on every man's decision for himself. People know better. They know the risk they take when they do what they do with that, regardless where they're at. That's on them. It's their responsibility, and everyone's liable, no matter where you're at. You're grown enough to do it, then you're grown enough to not put it on somebody else if you leave this world because of it, no matter where you may be.
That's good.
On any kind of lifestyle you choose. So some things you know the risk, and so it's not like it's a big surprise. I'm not saying like there's a lot of respect for anybody that's lost family members and to their families, and I mean that. But I gotta worry about me. But yeah, there's been people that came and left this world that I remember. I think about every now and then. Out here, you gotta really just focus on taking care of yourself day by day.
You've been dealing with homelessness for a couple of years. How's it affected your life?
To be honest with you, being off and on different little spurts of time, it's helped me be a stronger man.
If you don't mind me asking, how'd you get here?
How'd I get here? I got dropped off here when I got out of jail in Jacksonville.
So you came
out
of
my time served there. county time and stuff. A lot of county time, actually, the longest county time people ever heard of, ever done. It was me.
So you got out of
Me and
jail and
Jackson
nowhere to
did.
go.
Yep.
Old habits hard to break. Is this lifestyle out here dangerous?
It can be, but not really. Not if you stay to yourself and really don't bother nobody. But you never know, because when you're around that lifestyle, like the addiction part, what you're talking about, it ain't necessarily. Anybody, not anybody, but you have to be strong enough. And people use that excuse. When I was just high, that's never no excuse, because you know what you're doing before you do it. Now when you're literally out of your mind on something, and then you have no, like if somebody's lacing, wetting stuff up, kind of hate, just don't like people in general, just mad, wanting to mess up for everybody, mess up water supply, stuff like that. That's not no overdose coincidence. That's something that people trying to do to ruin the help that we got out here, because it affects where we at. And it ain't just one person, and you can't put it on one man, no matter where we're at. And it's hard. It's hard to get help because of it. That's the part. I mean, it's not a part. It's the way. It's a fact. That's a fact that I don't like about it. But I do thank the Lord for the help that I do have out here for this place mainly, and the other two places, the missions that I know about. That, being off and on the streets all my life.
So this organization is beneficial for you?
Yes, sir. It's been very detrimental. It's been keeping me alive. I thank the Lord for people out here that, whether I see them or not, for their prayers and what they do, whether they're physically here or not. Amen. And I mean that.
Have you tried to get out of the street?
Oh yeah. If I usually ain't out here just when my money's like it's supposed to be, but getting bank cards stolen, ID stolen, and keep winding up in jail, I'm just really doing the best I can. I got my own reasons and why, and me done take care of everything, and still being out here is just it's no big deal to me anymore. But it's my own personal business stuff, So people do know, they're well aware, but I'm well aware of the help. I'm not aware of the help because I don't want, none of us really know who, but we all are thankful, And I can only speak for myself, but I thank the Lord for this place.
I know. I
It's a
think
lot
our last interview,
for
somebody
other
had
people.
gotten your bank card, had stolen your bank card.
No, my wallet got going again, but it's like a normal routine and pattern with me out here. But I'm good. I'm not reporting nothing stolen. I'm not trying to get nothing new again. I
No,
mean,
can you get your card back?
I have nothing else to say about it. It's stolen again. It's gone. I'm nothing else to say about it.
Seems like you should be able to get your card so you can
Seems
get your
like I don't want
money.
to talk about my personal business anymore.
Do you have any regrets?
Nope. I wouldn't be here. I love myself and I love other people, or I would not still be out here. Nor would anybody pretty much to think that I don't have any good reasons to live for here, where I'm from.
If you were able to do things differently, is there anything you'd do differently?
Nope. I listen like everybody else is supposed to listen to.
How was your life, say, from now as to what your life was, say, maybe as a young teenager?
It doesn't really matter, but I'm 43 years old. I was born January 17th, 1980, but I'm alive. I'm here. No better, no worse. I got shoes on my feet. I'm alive. I ain't I ain't one of them. So I'm all right. I'm blessed. Got a good Lord above and by myself, but everybody needs prayer. Everybody needs help. Whether they can know what to ask for or not. It's not always up to that person, and it really truly ain't always. Somebody homeless out here really don't necessarily mean they chose to be out here or done something wrong. Speaking for a lot of different people, probably.
At this stage in your life, what is your most valuable lesson that you've learned in your life?
But well, I ain't dead yet, so it ain't one. I learn them every day. Is what I'm saying. I ain't being smart. I'm being for real. Like every day, you learn something new. You see miracles before your eyes every day, no matter regardless where you are. So it's beautiful every day. It's how you make it, but it ain't all how you make it, because other people's actions, not their vibes or anything else, can affect your life. But it's that second was behind me. Moving on. Moving on. That's that simple. being a man.
What's
Regardless.
your biggest fear?
Well, it ain't a fear and it ain't a weakness. I'm still here. Not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm doing the best I can with the cards I've been dealt. It ain't really a fear. It's just what I fear. Uh, Nothing. I ain't being funny. I'm being for real.
Right. What is
My biggest fear is nothing.
if you were to deal with this generation that's coming up and that might be thinking that maybe this is the life that they want to choose, what would your advice be to them?
Choose another one. Maybe the choice ain't there. Don't do whatever you can, no matter regardless. Just to maneuver every day. Straight ahead.
Is
Go
there
with the
any
flow. That's be all you can tell. It's not necessarily telling what people show them. Monarch, patriarch, stuff like that. Predecessors, people they like the role model type thing. Talking about it's not. It'll come when it needs to. That's part of the part I love the most about God's plan. You don't know. There's no rule book. There's no instructions. It comes into play when it needs to. Somebody told me, and I never thought about it until they told me. But a true spiritual advisor and what keeps us going every day is us. But we're allowed every breath we take by the good Lord above. However you see your higher power, or however you see or don't see. The way Pastor Moses was explaining faith, hope, and love, and deacon Bible study. There's no other way to really explain. You can't explain. You can't sum up your whole life and everything in the plan. And when you don't have it, sometimes the best plan is no plan. It's like football. You can't really play if you ain't laying out the
I,
strategies.
I guess a certain ideal of no plan would actually be faith.
Exactly. It's like man. Everything that's planned. It has to work out that way too. But regardless of how hard or how easy or how whatever that a man makes, whatever, his God's law always stands. His plan for you, your final destination is always up to the good Lord above.
What's your relationship with God?
It's good.
Can you tell me about it?
I'm standing here is all I can say. I'm standing here. We're God's miracles. We're God's children.
Does God
Every one of
minister
them.
with you?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me?
All I can tell you is, you have to. God speaks for Himself through everybody. It's not what we want to hear, what we have to hear. It's just simply the way it is. Regardless, we're going to bow to Him and we're going to go His way, and we're going to our will that He gave us is proof whether we realize it or not. We always fight inner, the what people call the devil and all that. You fight that whether you realize it or not, because that's what God instilled in all of us.
James, I appreciate this interview.
Yes, sir.